but generally you are looking at a team that does kind of spike a lot in the mid game, has a lot of power around not only the level 6, but around the Misfortune. If you can get her in.
Oh, look at this. Monkey has skipped his entire bot side. He wants to be here early and put a stop to the pressure from Ryan. The flash away from the pillar, but a guaranteed flash right on top. Monkey back in prime form with first blood for Team WE.
And Keshi on the top side, but Monkey already making his way back down to the bot lane.
And what a time to show up on the Tribush. Feather had just hooked in with the dredge line. Ryan knows that his support is not long for this world. The pillar will guarantee that he's put in his place, and about will be gift wrapped another kill in this lane.
Towards the dragon on the bottom side of the map. We'll see if he wants to full prio it or potentially go for another bot lane gank. Monkey's in the area though.
Spotted on the control ward. Wants to be able to take it out before he
is here. He's got the ult.
Oh no. Unstoppable Force was stolen away, and Junhao recognizes the threat, but the flash committed by Kara says good night, Rock Monster. WE now with 3 kills on the board.
Unfortunately, level 6 did not come soon enough for Junhao. It's an aggressive.
They believe that they are way stronger than them, but remember, Kars does not have access to Unstoppable Force because that particular cooldown takes a little bit longer early on. Monkey flashing over! He steals the dragon, but that means Kars is compromised and he gets knocked up by Thunder Talk squad. WE trying to fight this one out, 3v4, but health bars are low on Junhao and Feather, but no one gets dropped. At least they got a dragon for team. Oh no. Oh no,
this could be big.
About the TP in. He's gonna lose a lot of his HP as soon as he gets in range, and he walks up to the wave. There it is, Unstoppable Force and Cube. I'm so sorry, brother, but you're gonna have to go back to the fountain.
And the York forces, Junhao does have the ultimate available if he wants to pull the trigger. Looks like it's just clearing right now, but
not connect onto About.
On his way.
All 3 of them are there. Bullet time running to 2. About wasn't caught in the crossfire, but Monkey was, and Yao Yao will fall next. That's a way to secure the dragon for yourself.
It's extreme disrespect from WE, just not, I guess, respecting that Thundertuck can pull the trigger, that they are in the area, and that they can use the ultimates to kill them. It's a perfect combo coming in from Thundertuck as they bring Haru down, and they're going to be able to pick up the dragon for this, stop the stacking. All that you can really trade is some damage on the mid lane turret, a bit of gold for Karis, but everybody is in the area. We could be looking at another fight already. Malphite ult up in 2 seconds for the engage.
6,000 HP on Rift Herald. Haru trying to poke on the left side. Feather with the dredge line. Camera goes back over to the bot. Wait, what's going to happen on the Rift Herald?
What's going on?
Observers, please! Okay, Rift Herald is secured by WE. You know what? Observers, my bad. They knew that the Rift Herald fight was about to completely fizzle out. And Karis, you may see him just randomly dash. Yo, just go in on Keshi. Use your ultimate. It's about to run out anyway. Protobelt for the chase.
They're bringing the squad.
Unstoppable Force forces the flash out of Keshi. He locks him down with the upscon up duck. There's the glacial fissure for the knockup. Monkey, public execution for the rearrange. Not in time. Not even a reposition with the ultimate saves him, and it's a big shutdown going into Karis' hands.
Yeah, very important for them to be able to get that specifically onto the Silas. We talked about how relevant he's going to be, and he needs to have the damage to immediately break through. It is going to be traded for a tower on the bot side. That is a pretty big pickup for the Azir, whose gold lead continues to grow on his own, but Junhao might have stayed a little too long.
Subjugate on top of Junhao as well, just to sap all of the... Actually, I lied. There's no Subjugate. Already used that ultimate a while ago. So Junhao just gets contested on some Krugs and cannot defend his turret from falling. That's a tier 1 in the top lane going down.
Yeah, it's
Thundertalk still have the gold lead on their side. Dusk and Dawn has been completed for Haru. I'm not gonna lie, K-Man. This is the first time I've seen an Azir build this item, or at least paid attention. Because I know that Nashor still remains core. Looking for Karis, though, right into the alley-oop of an Unstoppable Force. Beautiful work by Haru and Junhao.
We talked about it. The ease of execution of this comp is incredibly easy for Thundertalk. If you catch one person out, they are gone. And with Dragon spawning, that is a free objective for Thundertalk that is going to be almost impossible to try and contest. Monkey going to try so anyways because that's where he's at, but there'll be nothing. Yao Yao, though.
Going for the tier 1 instead. That's the play for WE. Yao Yao trying to give as much of his health bar so that Monkey has enough time to siege. They take out the tier 1, but the Glacial Fissure slows down Thundertalk as they look for a re-engage. There's no Unstoppable Force. Junhao forced to flash away, but the Chain of Corruption slows him down and gets him rooted. That's a big shutdown going over to About, and the rest of Thundertalk are forced to give ground.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge for WE. It's a bit of an overextension from ThunderTalk. They just played a little bit too quick. If they play that a tad bit slower, I think they're actually able to pick up quite a lot there once Keshi is able to enter the fight. But that might be what we're worried about with a team that doesn't have as much Tier 1 experience. Are they going to play fights a little bit too fast? Right now, Monkey taking quite a bit from Keshi. He's got the ultimate available.
While this game has been quite chaotic and definitely a bit favored towards WE in terms of the early explosiveness, both of these solo laners have been able to squeeze out some advantages around the Baron, and these two solo laners pop off. That is a very exciting sign for ThunderTalk's year in 2026.
Yeah, they are the core right now of what to be excited about with ThunderTalk. This top side has looked good, but it's all about the execution.
Junhao looking for the left side. Keshi with the public execution follow-up. Cube forced to flash over the wall, but rest of ThunderTalk are losing the collapse on the right side. Here comes the rest of WE. Junhao completely compromised, and here comes ThunderTalk. Now looking for a re-engage. They have to buy time for the bullet time on Ryan, but he is forced to walk away. Haru pushes them all back with the Ember's Divide. Keshi steps in front, tries to absorb pressure. Good flash from Haru to reposition right into the back line, but Karis and the rest of WE are pushing forward, and Keshi just might give his life. All four members are critically low. Haru, does he want to fight? Does he want to dash out? Cube comes to the TP. He goes forward and can't finish off a single member. It's all disaster for ThunderTalk Gaming, and WE don't lose a single man in the 5-man ace of ThunderTalk.
No.
Baron does give a stray over to About as he was recalling, but the Baron will go over to WE anyway.
What a fight from WE!
Had a death cap in his inventory. You could imagine that that is a fight where he just completely takes over in 1v4s. Okay, well, we're all just gonna dogpile on the Cube and say goodnight to the Yorick. That's a shutdown going over to Ryan, but meanwhile, rest of WE using their Baron buff to just push through mid. They take out the tier 2, now pressuring the inhibitor tower.
Yeah, this is a very tough thing to stop. We talked about WE's comp being efficient. Feather could have been in some danger. That's Nautilus ult stolen, so Ryan has to be very, very careful in this fight. He can get the bullet time interrupted basically at any moment. They need to give up this inhibitor and just hope and pray that they can survive.
Team is that close to soul point, so this is a moment where if ThunderTalk do not feel comfortable, they do not have to fight here. They can wait.
I don't think they want to wait, Rafa. I think they want to take this dragon. They're going to start it up here very quickly. I think the fight is imminent.
Keshi looking for the flank. A ward will spot him if he ever goes past that red buff brush. He's going to go into the blast cone instead. Junhao steals it away. Keshi now pressing on the left side. Bullet time rips open Monkey, but now they turn on to the Mbessa. Junhao only clips one with the ultimate, and now WE have the momentum. They can charge forward. Haru tries to create space with the Emperor's Divide, but Ryan does not have a bullet time anymore, so he is just forced to run away. It is 30 seconds on the next member for ThunderTalk to spawn. It could just be enough time for WE to end the game.
They will be able to march their way into the base off of that fight and close out this game. It looked precarious for a little bit, but WE able to walk out 3-0 at the very least after their third game of the split.
There were a couple moments where extra bot lane pressure by having the power of the Nami to keep Corki topped off in the trades.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what this pick is for. You want to make sure you dominate that 2v2 as much as possible. Available as well. In the previous game, we saw a full commit, a flash over the wall from Monkey to get that first dragon. Doesn't quite look like we're going to be getting that same kind of aggression, especially because he has a dash this time, but certainly looks like he's in the area for a top lane.
Solo Bolo, potentially Keshi gets the first blood. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, K-Man, it's cool for him.
Back to top lane, so it is just gonna be WE that has full control of this. Even with the dive, Monkey is gonna feel pretty confident to be able to take it. Junhao is gonna take 2 of the grubs and back off. They're gonna be comfortable with that exchange. I think this makes sense for both teams, neither wanting to overcommit here.
This is a nice way for Junhao to kind of mask that he went for the grubs. Okay, potential engage onto the Wukong. Cyclone already used from the clone, but the cease and desist right on top of the jungler. Unraveled her. Seismic shove does not connect, but he gets one more rock in the back of the Monkey's head. About and Yaoyao cannot contest the river anymore. Ryan and Feather back off, and ThunderTalk find a great response in this second game of his abilities in the Phosphorus Bomb and the rocket to connect. Barrier was expended by Ryan just to preserve HP. However, Karis has no flash available. Easy Vault Breaker flash combo guarantees the rest of Talia's rotation. ThunderTalk making do on the promise.
Another 1k gold lead for Haru in the mid lane, and Junhao, after taking the first 2 grubs, is going to say, well...
Link gets out the fog, and ThunderTalk go, well, Yao Yao and About were still in lane when that control ward went down, so surely someone else is here. Feather pops the ultimate to cleanse out of the bubble. Haru is here. Seismic shove off of the knockup from Feather, and Monkey is in a world of trouble. Karis has realm warped in, but he has the speed on out with the phase rush movement speed. And that dive has been completely quelled by Thunder thanks to the Fey Lights giving full coverage. They cannot sit on top of that ward, and Monkey has swept all the way around. Oh no! There's a window where Haru doesn't get punished. He walked into darkness, but WE weren't there for the play. But Feather goes in onto 2 for the headbutt pulverized combo, and surely he does go down to About on the way out. ThunderTalk kind of losing their minds a bit over the fog of war.
What a crazy exchange that was, and it's not even over. Dragon has been started by WE, and ThunderTalk do not want to give this. They're teleporting in.
Monkey's going to be forced to use the W back over the Dragon Pit wall. They want to play ball, looking for Yao Yao, ready to turn this guy into a sushi skewer. Haru picks up his 3rd kill of the game for the Talia, and this is the 2nd Dragon of the game now going over to ThunderTalk.
Yeah, Cube's going to get some consolation plates on the top side of the map, but ThunderTalk take a situation that looks like a disaster and turn it, but oh no, Junhao.
He does have flash. Okay. Flashes over to the left side wall, says, my bad, I just wanted to pick up some chicken nuggets. I guess I was not allowed to do that, and his summoner spell has to be used for it.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate little trade there, but a very, very strange exchange around the Dragon. I hope we get some replays coming in here, because there's a lot to digest in terms of how that broke down.
From Cube.
Oh, no.
We saw this happen in game 1. I mean, he's a Scion. He's a lot tankier than before, but he's got Sunfire, and he's got Thornmail, all AD armor items, and you know what? Thankfully, Monkey is right there to make sure that he gets to walk out safely. I thought that was going to end in disaster for Cube, but this time he has friends. And wow, it's 4 members from WE actually committed to the top side, looking for Feather. Cyclone is available. Bubble connects, and he uses the Unchained to make sure that he gets out of that one alive.
I mean, that's a lot of resources committed to trying to kill Feather. Meanwhile, Keshi's just solo taking bot lane tower, gaining a lot of gold for himself. WE will be able to trade it for this top tower, but overall, it's a nice play for ThunderTalk to continue to play the map well. They're up 2.5k gold here at the 17-minute mark. We're getting closer and closer to some major objectives. Keshi's even getting some plates onto the tier 2 on the bot side, so overall, I think ThunderTalk are feeling pretty solid, as long as Junhao doesn't get caught here.
Junhao Qs into darkness without a flash. That is bold.
He's going to try to get as much as he can. The Demolish Proc on the bot side, but for now it's Karis who's in trouble.
He has a flash, and he has, well, yeah. He did not have enough time to get out of the full damage combo, so no point in trying to burn that summoner spell. Junhao looking for the play. Cease and desist right on top of Monkey. He's spinning, trying to win. Uses the clone to get out the second cast of the Cyclone. Monkey cannot escape this one this time around, as he was also without a summoner spell. Cube gonna continue to the Sigma grind set of pushing down the 2nd tier turret, but that does force a response from Haru to TP and save it.
Down 50 CS, no problem for Ryan. The Yunara is online, level 11, starting to deal some damage and getting free kills as you see the Herald drop.
Here comes the Choo-Choo Cube train, looking for Feather, but he pops the Unchained for the damage reduction, tries to walk it out. The slow from decimating smash is not enough to keep him in range. Be able to stat check them when they face check.
And that becomes more difficult when you're staring down at 3-kill Talia. So we see an exchange on the top side. Karis in trouble again.
Keshi with the beatdown stick of the Renekton. Karis trying to run away. Another Cyclone pass. Keshi tries to flash over, but the Ghost was popped by Karis, and he's going to type CY at in the chat. Shutdown going over to Cube, Scion, but Haru still committing to getting as much gold as possible for the change of play, and he takes out the 2nd tier turret on the bottom side of the map.
It's still a plus gold play for ThunderTalk in the end, which is a crazy thing to say, but that's just the kind of map control that you are afforded with Talia, with Vi. It takes so long to kill the Renekton. 3 people on the top side needed in order to even make it work. Haru? They're looking at Cube.
There's no Cyclone for Monkey. Cube No flash available on
Junhao's
this
on the
side.
way.
No unstoppable onslaught. It's going to take a while to take him down, but here comes Junhao with the Black Cleaver and the Armor Shred passive from the Vi. This should surely make short work of the Scion. Hang on. They'll kill him eventually. It takes a while. He's healing off the grass procs. Okay, we finally got there.
Junhao was getting concerned. He was walking
Krugs.
back. Hey,
Yo,
whoa,
he
hey.
just stole my Krugs! Mid laner, please! he let his undead passive take my cats.
Oh my god, what an insane turn of events. And honestly, that was a lot of resources burned on the
Talk second with no contest coming in from WE's side. They just need to bide their time. Good power spikes out that top wave. Gets a chance to maybe shift on over.
Yeah, it's a tough position. You've got a Renekton on the flank. You've got a Vi pressuring out About.
Cease and desist, perfectly timed, but the seismic shove, the bubble misses, and About is trying to hold his ground, but goes down anyway. Thundertalk now continuing the chase onto Cube, gets caught up, the unstoppable onslaught briefly used just for one knockup, but goes down anyway. Thundertalk off of one play, take out two, and they set themselves up to rip this Baron.
It's so tough for WE. I was just about to say, there's so much single target lockdown on the side of Thundertalk, and any of it landing on a priority target is instantly the end of the fight. We saw that there with About getting bursted down. Monkey's going in!
Oh, quick exhaust though by Feather cuts the damage down the size. Haru is able to get out of harm's way and now is trying to use the spacing tools of his ability kit to make sure that the rest of WE can't get in.
Oh, Haru!
Looks for a seismic shove. Yao flashes away. Haru's still alive. Tries to ghost out. Kars picks it up.
Kars?
We're still at 4,000 HP. Wait a minute. This Baron is getting way too tricky. The Baron is shredding all of the armor and
Kars?
resist. Feather tries to knock up Kars by space, but runs out of the fight. Monkey survives just before Junhao claps him in the back of the head. And now Kars has to make tail and run, but he's got About his back pocket.
Oh, they're going in.
He spawned back up. The Realm Warp. About's gonna send it for the play. Junhao's forced to flash away. The Baron is stopped, and WE have bought themselves.
Baron's not done, so it gets completely delayed. It's a big mistake, and WE capitalize. It's not enough to
But I'm ready to eat my words and start glazing this guy if he continues to show up big for WE when they need him most. Now, Thundertalk trying to look for an engage.
Oh my god,
Haru spotted out by Karis and routed off completely. He's looking for the Realm Warp to chase. Cuts off the retreat route from the Dragon Pit side. Rest of Thundertalk are forced to give ground. Cube looking for the unstoppable onslaught. Ryan dashes way back in time. Cube in the middle of all four members. Can anyone follow up? About tries to go in. He's trying to engage with all the damage that he's got. The Gatling gun shreds Keshi, forces him to flash over the wall. Sertates keeps him alive for now, but Monkey with the Cyclone. Junhao looks for a re-engage, but About flashes in, takes out the Krog. Thundertalk are losing the fight. They're losing the game. WE are able to capitalize big in back-to-back moments and have taken full control of the second game again.
The impossible is becoming a reality. WE is fighting and clawing their way back into this game, and it's pure execution diff. It's Haru, the player who has been pushing the game forward for Thundertalk, getting caught by Karis.
Yep, that reaction, completely valid. Just astonished and complete joy that WE have found a way back into this game. Junhao on a massive flank. Who's the target he wants to look for? He knows that About has no flash, goes immediately for the Corki. Seismic shove connects, a lot of knockouts right into the Corki as well, but Junhao gets blasted by Karis' rise once again. Keshi finally gets the assassination off onto About. He's looking for more kills onto Monkey, but a great bubble from Ryan keeps him locked down, and Karis has laid waste to the entire Thundertalk backline, picks up a triple, and completely saves the game and the series for WE.
WE, with their backs up against the wall, with everything pointing against them, managed to find a way to stay on top and to stay pushing this game forward. They're sieging down the inhibitor turret. The inhibitor will fall next. The death timers are too long. The Realm Warp coming in. This will be an undefeated start to the split. 4-0 for a WE team that is looking to make their name not only in group perseverance, but in the LPL as a whole.
This just might be the year of Karis. You may not like it, but it's a great way to start for the mid laner of WE. Or Flare with this Leona lock-in.
I mean, the way I look at this right now, I don't expect this to be the game that Joshi gets to recover some. Okay, this is, at least you know, presuming the base... Oh no, he's not recalling in the bush. They don't know jungle's here.
They don't know. JJ's now going to show up, and Nio has to pick a target so that he can deter them from going forward. Elk gets pushed in by the slam, the flash away. Not enough as the arrow goes wide, but Elk still survives. A first blood is secured for Jachi's pockets.
Has flash again.
And Nio, oh my gosh, wall slam onto 2. Looks for the hammer shot, gets in range.
Oh,
What?
the greed! The greed! That's a homie stock right there. That's now said, all right, I see you. I'll help you get back.
I don't think they're going to provide a homie stock to Jachi in the same way. I think they're just going to send him back to the fountain in a gray screen simulator. And yep, well, die for Elk at the cost of Arha's life. Meanwhile, potential engage in the mid lane. Xiaohu still no flash. Ongyue gonna get in range. Is level 6 for the depth charge, but Cream backs off for the minion wave.
No, I'm sure we're going to get a degree of a fight over, whether it'll be a full-blown team fight, as actually Weibo's looking to kill the Croc.
Uh-oh, 369 backing in a very greedy spot in the middle of enemy territory. Has Dominus, though. Looks to pop Xiaohu. There's still no flash on this Syndra. Jeje is waiting in the wings. 369, does he get the 1v3 solo? Nope, not in time. Zika flashing. Yeah. Not ideal to be dying in enemy territory, but I definitely see the advantage that 369 can still have in this lane setup, especially now that Zika is down a flash. Top Esports will be able to... You have so many supports here in the LPL that we always talk about characteristically. Once they get unlocked, they become the best versions of themselves. Meanwhile, top lane, Nio is here to make sure that 369 can punish a flashless Cassante. We highlighted it as a possibility. And 369 and Nio...
Going to spell his own doom and get 369 even more of a lead, picking up those plates, accelerating, being the first person on the Rift with the quest.
Oh,
beautiful.
Boy. Even through the Scatter of the Week, Cream is able to time the Emperor.
Because he doesn't do good ganks pre-6, but also needs to farm for Triforce, which, in the pocket, JJ is now a real scary champion.
But once he has access to Cyclone, he's a pretty darn good champion at setting up plays, and Weibo Gaming do exactly that on Fongyue. Elk is the one that benefits from the kill. Now 2 in his name with the Collector in hand. The fact that Top Esports don't have a real tank on their side, Poppy picking up the Sunder Sky, means that this Collector is going to have quite a bit of value in this mid-game spike.
Yeah, and with crits returning to 200% damage, there is one guy who really loves that with all 4 bullets in the chamber, as 369 pressuring for a potential solo kill in the tower here.
Not close. Zika still has the ultimate available.
4 people
Waiting out
top.
the Dominus, and you know what? He will wait out for reinforcements to arrive. 369 still has flash, probably waiting for the Scatter of the Week. Preemptively flashes it coming through. Xiaohu now might just get punished. 2-man keeper's verdict. Cream in the wings, looking for the sweep. Emperor's Divide cannot get in range quite yet. Nio slowing him down with the hammer shock. Their edge line pulls him in. Arha preemptively stuns him with the solar flare. Sika is back, pulls him in with the all out, but can't get him in range of the tower. And Jachi with a piercing arrow doesn't find its mark. Top Esports have control, though, of this topside river and can look for the Rift Herald in response. And the rest of Weibo, I don't think they can do much about it.
Going off running, silver lining will be that Elk will pick up at least 2 plates in the mid lane. With that dragon spawning, though, we see 3
smite. Rift Herald is secured. 369 will not die for the turret. He's not going to die for the turret, right? 369 doesn't have flash anymore. Dominus is available. There's no solar flare. Xiaohu has unleashed power. Scatter the Weak into the stun. Elk with the deadly flourish. All the CC layering into each other beautifully. And Elk gets his 3rd kill of the game. But Top Esports quick to respond on the map with a mid-turret crush off the Rift Herald crash.
Very interesting pivot, actually. Oh, okay, I was about to say, do we have a driver's license? We do! Okay, Nio, are you going to be able to get out of this?
Okay, he has the flash out of the solar flare. There's more action on the Rift here, Melvin. JJ pops the first cast of the Cyclone, tries to get in range for another one, dashes in. That sets up the kill on Fongyue, and Elk is on a rampage right now. 4-0-1, curtain call at the ready. 3rd bullet does not hit. This 4th one is not going to do that much, so he's just going to clear the wave. Yep.
Understandable, you know, have a nice day.
Wait. Nio, Hex Flash! Run, Elk! Okay, he's out of there.
That was a little spooky, as, now face checking into Cream. Cut the feed, cut the feed, cut the feed.
This has been so far a very, very solid Cream performance on the Azir in this series against Weibo. Onivia, no flash available on the Nautilus. He's going to try to dredge line his way back to safety. He does clip the wall, but the Solar Flare locks him down. Another auto attack from Xiaohu. And that is the first kill for his Syndra in this first game of the series.
And that is going to be ever so important. We've seen how difficult it is to kill 369. He can waste so much time just a bit more of an aggressive line on the Cassante, which is something that generally spelled death for most of the people playing this character, as it will just be 369 forcing the ticket on isolation.
Dominus onto Zika, gets his flash. All out. Still available, pulls him into turret range, but there's another fight in the mid lane. Jauchi unloads the Chain of Corruptions on Arha, but they turn on to Fongyue, or Nayo, I should say. JJ with another Cyclone cast right on top of the Poppy, right before the dragon spawns. Great timing from Weibo. 369 did manage to force Zika away from the protection of the tier 2 turret, but Top Esports will not be able to contest the dragon.
Looks like Cream going to base as well, but there is some pings around Baron. I don't think TES would call that bluff, considering they don't have the jungler available. A very important pick. I don't like what you're doing, TES.
Oh no!
You don't need face check.
Going back into Fog! Fongyue gets dropped. There's Cream on a side flank, but I don't think he's in position to actually make that sweep. Maybe Top Esports were thinking that Cream and for Top Esports in our first split at 2026.
I mean, stability and top esports are not two things that have ever really gone together. As we do see a play onto the bot side, this can force a bit of that instability in their favor. Just Zika, but TP flank.
He goes all out, but he doesn't have flash available. Deadly Flourish goes wide as 369 and Nayo dodge out on the CC. A Wukong Cyclone clips Nayo. Does manage to bring down Zika before he goes down, but Cream has teleported in. Oh, that's Fongyue. He's going to get bursted out. Elk blasts him with the 4th shot in the chamber. Jauchi over the wall looking for piercing arrows. They trade one into Jit, but immediately Zika, or I should say 369, does fall.
Okay, Jauchi!
Part of the party. Jauchi trying to unload arrows, looking for another one at Arha. The battle between the AD carries. Cream finally flies in, makes do on the Azir. 3 kills for Jauchi.
People wouldn't see the line to be able to do so. TES will calmly collect this dragon as Weibo, once the minions get there. If TES have proper wave control, which so far they're doing quite a good job of, leveraging 5 people around mid, I don't know if that's such a safe TP.
I would have to agree with you, Melvin. The turret is gone, and who's the person that TP'd it? Oh no, Weibo Gaming. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks to the BLG series. Top Esports are going to benefit off the fact that Xiaohu just gave his life over. And now Baron is an easy prize for them to secure, unless Jeje can make a miracle happen.
I really like this. We see 369 base TP in, gonna have the big shield. That extra bit of buffer room to stand in front, either tanking up the Baron or the enemy team. But this is a pretty slow approach. JJ can dash in. Poppy ult
still
goes
4.5k. He dodges the Keeper's Verdict. Nayo tries to turn, and the Baron resets. They slam Arha into the wall. 369 blows him up. But Zika is about to blow up Jauchi in the back line with the all-out. Jeje and Elk now trying to reposition and see if they can pincer on the Top Esports with Zika, but he's way too low on the health bar. But they've done their job. The Baron has been stopped, and Weibo Gaming have bought some time. Xiaohu has now respawned. Nayo getting chunked by Elk. If he can get a range with another rapid-fire proc, it is the last bullet in the chamber. It will blow up Nayo. He gets a little bit of HP back off of the Scuttle Crab, other side of the wall, so it's not one that he has to flash away from. It was a good look from Top Esports. They had punted away Jeje, so there was no chance for a Cyclone counter response. Arha getting chunked. Solar Flare right on top of Jauchi. Cleanses it. Curtain Call now unloads. 3rd bullet, decent damage.
Oh!
And the knockup from Zika into the alley-oop. Beautiful sequence by Weibo Gaming's top laner and ADC. That is a 5-on-4 advantage now. Baron is a reality for Weibo if they want to start it up.
Dragon is up in 30 seconds as well, so if Weibo don't want to catch that heat, they can go take the safer objective, but instead Elk and 369 face-checking each other?
369 dashes away from the Scatter of the Weak stun, does not fall folly to Weibo Gaming's pick. Top Esports still trying to hold their ground despite being 4-5. The rest of Weibo Gaming turned their attention into now walking into the Dragonside River, as you called out, Melvin. That is a more important objective and one easier to secure without any contest from Top Esports.
do have support respawn. Doesn't look like the spellbook is available to TP in. We see some very light pinging over towards the Baron side from both teams. Not enough to imply, yes, let's run it right now, but it will be Weibo Gaming reaching the soul point. And I think Cloud Dragon Cream having this flash on his air is looking like Xiaohu is the target.
Oh no, Xiaohu. Wall slam, Niobe times it beautifully over the wall. Xiaohu forced the flash, but Cream will trade to make sure that the mid laner is gone for the next 53 seconds.
That is a beautiful wall to be able to close over, and it's going to be, I would say, Baron, unless Weibo Gaming want to toss it all here. It's going to be very scary. You do have the potential to run around the back of the pit for JJ, but it means that you won't have your primary engager with you. It's going to be very difficult to get in here.
Get vision on it, 6k on the Baron. Elk has to set up, looking to target 369 first. The Dominus occupies their attention for now. Jet trying to pick an angle to go for. He dashes into Fong Yue, gets hit by the death charge. Baron secured for top esports. 369 gets out. Jet almost low, gets the shield from Zika's Cassante, and the rest of Weibo Gaming's four-man party do manage to escape with their lives. But top esports will coming up in 2 minutes.
Potential game end angle though, and it's going to be, I would say, on Cream to not get too overzealous. He has so far played a very good Azir game. Rarely been the target of aggression and managed to survive it all the way through. Does have the stopwatch, as it looks like it's just going to be a very standard siege. Spell shield down though. Good cleanse.
Chachi pops the cleanse. Still has a flash available.
Mikhail's got used too though. That was double of the cleanse abilities used. So now, next ability that comes out of a stun, next stat of the week, is an actual stun you need to be afraid of. I suppose unless you're Fong Yue, who does have the cleanse in pocket himself, as it will just be rotating over, getting that mid lane pressure down.
Measured push from top esports does net them the bottom inhibitor. Super minions will be constant pressure for the next couple of minutes. Weibo Gaming will have a harder time trying to get into the bottom side river and their own jungle as a result.
The ult zoning is going to be enough. Just holding that pressure at bay as 369 rotate up to top. Tapped, but it's not going to be a death blow by any means. Dragon's still got a minute to spawn. And I think TES are leveraging to go for 3 inhib towers here, bare minimum.
Oh boy. They haven't been able to tag Jachi's Edge of Night spell shield yet either, so even though he doesn't have cleanse anymore, he is quite safe to step up this aggressively. JJ trying to occupy 369 on the top side push, but there's 2 inhibitors now gone in mid and bot. The poke from Jachi is starting to wither away from Weibo Gaming's health bars. And eventually, you called him, Melvin, they finally make their way through all 3 inhibitors. They're looking for the final push. Solar Flare right into the backline. Zika flashes in, but a great steadfast presence blocks the entrance from him. Jejet cannot follow up just yet. Cyclone still at the ready, but Zika's trying to do all the work he can. Cyclone onto 2 members. 369 trailing right behind Elk as he flashes on top, but the great push for the scout of the week. 369 gets dropped way too early. Weibo Gaming have lost all 3 inhibitors, but they still have 1 Nexus turret available, and the Cloud Soul for them is about to spawn.
It is all but done. Double soul point for both teams now.
That has given top esports the window completely pry open the game, and now set up top esports for a potential victory march now that all 3 inhibitors are gone, and Baron will spawn in the next minute.
Can you find
Solar Flare and Scatter of the Week on the Fong Yue. Flash from Jet goes immediately for Jachi in the back line.
He's gone.
Finds it with the curtain call. One more bullet in the chamber. Who is he going to look for? Fong Yue gets hit by the Scatter of the Week stun. That's a double kill for Elk. 369 throws everything in the chamber that he has to try and blast out Jet, but will drop his GA as a response. Zika retreats back into the safety of the base. 369 has to get out. There are double supers pouring into the base, and it's going to...
Just such suffocating pressure. The benefit
for also most important member on this composition in our opening series, in our opening bout between top esports and Weibo Gaming of this season. Herha getting chunked, Chain of Corruptions barely goes wide. Decent poke from Jachi in the backline, trying to chunk out the Leona. Zika taking a lot of damage as well. Fong Yue locks him in for the dredge line. Curtain call from Elk, poking them down. 369 pressuring forward, forces Elk to drop the ultimate. Dredge line finds Xiaohu. Cream can follow up and just spears them all with the power of his soldiers. Emperor's Divide rams them over, and Elk, even with the GA, it does not make the difference. Zika trying to blast 369, but At what cost? But the Nexus falling, and Top Esports...
Kind of devastating. Normally we would have... Honestly, actually thinking about it, I'm kind of surprised we didn't get full Weibo. I think they probably picked up the Alistair in advance, predicting a counter
the crowd.
Self-report for speaking over the Gyos last game. I blame the earlier start to the game. You know,
True.
This is... You can't go for a bathroom break anymore. You get very heavy trading bot lane.
Oh my goodness, Elk forced to flash away, but now Fengyue is forced to flash as well before he's overcommitted. Now Jachi, if Orha can get in range for a pulverize, Q flash right for the bush, it's not enough! Jachi still picks up first blood, and now Elk is feeling quite sheepish about this early lane start.
Not having the ward in the bush means can't extend
In this level 1 is already good signs that Top Esports are in a good spot to start the snowball. However, this crash down might be ill-timed because JJ has arrived to the bottom side. And now Fengyue is dead.
Yeah.
Jachi's going to do his best to see if he can at least pepper in some damage, maybe get a trade kill onto Orha, but Elk cleans Fengyue's health bar, and Jachi's forced Valkyrie away.
And his resources
Next target here, but he still has Flash, and now Fate's Sealed available to escape.
It's going to give him the angle to walk out if needed. Here's the play. Both junglers nearby.
Nayo is here to hover. Yep. Ensures that Jeje cannot get the gank off without putting himself in a bad spot. Valkyrie forward onto Orha. Flashes out of the Valkyrie. Mini Rumble ult damage, and Jachi just blows him up. Elk tries to look for a trade kill. Jachi forced to flash away in time. And Elk now has an opportunity where, once he hits level 6, can commit for an all-in onto this Corki.
Decide they're going to stick around. I don't know. Is Elk going to be able to collect this play? Yes, they do get the Crystalline Overgrowth proc. That is going to be important for quest progress. He's popped the potion. I think they're going for a dive.
Yeah, they know that Orha was looking for the head, but Pulverize, Killer Instinct to commit, and Elk gets his second kill of the game. Looking for Fengyue next. Cream over the wall, is in the Soul Unbound, cleans house, Fate Sealed, flash by Elk, but he gets away from the flag drag off of Jeje's Jarvan. Cream ensuring that he gets at least one kill and doesn't give over another. Nayo from mid lane is now looking for Elk, has flash available, and both Jeje and Elk know that he's not getting out alive.
Really good play from the TES mid jungle, having another strong performance, collecting off the bot lane. Actually,
heads on over in the Soul Unbound form, and had Elk not been able to use Flash, that would have been an impressive double kill setup. Uh-oh. Jeje knows that there
may have been... Judge, played a bit too far forward. You picked a champion with a dash specifically because you see Jarvan on the other side. And still end up dying? Don't love it. But Fengyue walking up has Ignite up in a second. I think Elk's just solo killed here.
Yeah, Q stun for the barrier.
Ignite's nearly there.
Great timing from Elk. It doesn't
Not gonna
matter.
need it.
Wow. That's awesome.
All right.
Jachi a moment to catch up on the farm department, still down about 10. Cream has been slowly ramping up, though, on this Yone. Went for the tier 2 boots upgrade. Oh, Nayo's making a visit to top lane. Zika trying to reposition with a public execution. Good flash, though, by Nayo, so that he doesn't get a lot of experience under their belt and have been at various stages of international competition in the past. You can tell that Weibo Gaming is still trying to gel together and figure out how to work out all the communication kinks. As Nayo, looking for Jeje, gets the flash out of the Jarvan, goes back in with the Cataclysm. Elk is there for the follow-up. Magnetstorm tries to delay the play, but Cream with the Fate Sealed tags one, forces the flash away because now Xiaohu is peppering in the damage, but 369 lays down the red carpet and will lay waste to the entirety of Weibo Gaming's mid laner. Arha forced to run away, and 369 is the one that saves the day. First game of the BLG series with a, or was it IG, where he had a Deathless Kaisa game. Hang on. Uh-oh. Nayo following up on Fengyue's Magnet Storm means that Jeje is gonna get burned down to a crisp. Not quite. Last Cyclic Ignite is not enough. Got a little HP back. And now Xiaohu in a world of trouble, but at the right time does Realm Warp back to safety. Oh no, dude. Fengyue?
Safety is a relative term in the LPL. This is something I've learned very quickly on.
You're absolutely correct there, Melvin, and it does come at the cost of Xiaohu's flash. Still manages to survive, but it's enough time and pressure now for Nayo to look for the second dragon of the game.
And funnily enough, Xiaohu is the last member of the entire game to actually finish his quest right now, as we do get this test. There's Pantheon.
Wait.
Okay.
Well, Nio does secure the dragon. Zika has teleported to the bottom side of the map, and Cream, with the soul unbound, will snap back to safety, but Nio does go down for his efforts on the objective control.
At least
we have an Infernal Soul game here.
Oh, didn't see this in the picture as a nice little engage, but focus back into main. Elk getting jumped on. Turns it around. Very nicely done. That ADC, that highlight player. I would say pretty scared on the mid tower when you're staring down.
He does have flash.
True. But Kai'Sa does too.
Is he in trouble? Pops the ultimate, reduces the damage down as Jotchi just peppers in all of his artillery. Valkyrie over the wall. Arha tries to flash away, but the Q stun connects anyway, and looking for the follow-up stun. Cataclysm right into all three. JJ is able to hold the line and EQ out back to safety.
That was an incredible Jarvan. I really thought that Arha was just dead to rights, but what a save. And it's going to swing the tempo back in Weibo's favor.
No! Jotchi! Doesn't flash the EQ, and there's no point in trying to use the flash now, so he goes down thanks to Elk committing the killer instinct. Public. You know what? Respect, Zika. If you had found Feng Yue in that
goes
darkness,
in the clip folder.
Yep. That one goes into the highlight reel for sure.
To be fair, that is the default basing spot right there, because it's just in the exact position that if you walk from the wolf pit over to top lane, you're not caught on vision. Wow, good presence of mind from Elk there to walk out. That was a bit scary. Hold on, more stuff happening.
Meanwhile, on the side lane, Zika, is he in trouble? Blade of the Rune King, this early on for Cream, is doing a lot of work right now, and thanks to being the mid lane role quest, he has powerful Berserker Greaves, so even more attack.
One of the things that is super important for both of these squads, they do not play well when they are being ran at. They play incredibly well when they are running at you. So, it is whoever starts the play, and whoever can keep that tempo going. Pocket. You do have a Baron started. No Mikhail's picked up either. Both supports have these bagpipes. It is a really strong item on the scale of things. Bandle Pipes give so many stats as it's just being burned kind of off vision. Like, you can realm warp your jungler into the pit though, so Weibo, I'm not fully equipped just yet.
JJ throws a flag down, 2.K. Ah, JJ! I've seen it so many times happen, and even on Pantheon, it's not enough for Nio to secure the Baron. Disaster for top esports. Cream gets dropped, so does Feng Yue, and now Nio and Jotchi have nowhere else to run. Weibo Gaming, off of a Baron steal, will guarantee that this one's going the distance.
And Elk picks up a majority of the gold off the back of it. Very well executed from the entirety of Weibo Gaming to secure that one. A beautiful smite. I'm sure we'll be getting a replay of that one. And Zika keeps 369 locked in combat in the side lane. You can see a majority of his health bar is gone, but
it has just been unnatural when it comes to objective steals. Either at Baron, either at Dragon. They have been some of the highlights for this guy during the IG run. Now, Weibo Gaming are up nearly 7,000 gold off of that play, and while Cream was still in a position to be fairly strong on this Yone, that advantage is hard to use and leverage at this point when Kai'Sa is now 6,000 gold ahead of the counterpart, has a Zhonya's Hourglass in inventory. Cataclysm from Jejet completely doing tricks on Feng Yue and making him dizzy. Nio gets clipped by the public execution. It's a double kill for Elk's Kai'Sa. Cream sends it for the Hail Mary, but there's no hope left for this second game. The rest of Weibo are pushing top esports to the brink, and Weibo Gaming are ready for a game 3.
Looking like it in very good fashion, the counterpunch. And we went into this game thinking TES had the tools they needed to be able to pull off another impressive victory. But I think the main thing that changed is that 7.1k gold lead onto Elk. Put him on a carry, and that seems to be the identity that Weibo is currently most happy with. If you end up winning this series in a 2-1 as Weibo, I think you're okay with it. Because while the game score is incredibly important, what is more important is knowing how to win your games. And getting that experience on different styles and figuring out where we need to put our engage tools where we can put our utility and how many resources we need to give to Elk. Well, if you take a look at the
A
scoreboard,
game that Weibo could have won but lost. It was one person getting caught out. It's the man in the mid lane. Now, Xiaohu, this is the game where we do not let the allegations catch up with us so far in 2026.
Hold up,
JJ, hang on. This might be a bad position for the Jarvan, but he's got Elk right underneath him. Orha also swooping on in. Xiaohu has poured it in with Realm Warp. Turns from Fog away. Cream. Fate Field right up the 2. 369 from over the wall with the equalizer as well. But Xiaohu blasts Cream and ensures that there's no comeback happening in this second game. 369 gets dropped as well by Elk. Nayo will be forced to run away. And just like that, the hopes for top esports fans for a comeback has been dashed away. A massive 10,000 gold lead and multiple members gone for the next 30 seconds. It should be enough time for Weibo Gaming to push into the base.
The Wombo combo comes too little, too late for TES.
Never mind, I lied.
It looked like cinema. It was very close, but it is going to be Weibo at very least picking up a lot of gold. And you know what? We might be getting deja vu, but the other way around. Last time we had TES collect ban and then go for a very reserved end, a very calm, picking up all of the inhib powers, all of the inhibs, and then just the initial pick. You then need to not use all your cooldowns, because if you don't kill everybody, it won't be enough. And guess what?
13,000 gold advantage. I would be damn near impressed to see Weibo chuck this one. Top esports will still try to play it out as best as they can, but it's pretty damn tough when Elk is this far ahead on the Kaisa. He is pretty much Thanos, and he's ready to snap his fingers. Already deletes one off the rift. Jet just sends it for the engage. Elk is peeled off to the back line. 369 tried to burn him down, but he goes golden, bets the triple. Still has a killer instinct available. Never mind, he doesn't have it anymore. I thought there was going to be an angle for a penta kill for this Kaisa, but Weibo Gaming will get the ace. They'll delete the Nexus turrets, and they're going to bring us to a third game of this series.
18 kills.
So, I mean, we always knew that the Vi Ahri combination was going to be coming around anyways, but the amount of lockdown they have in these team fights is going to be ridiculous. And now I really want, interestingly enough, JJ has just taken the quick one to go back, get a longsword, come back out. We already get the flash out of Zika early in the top side, and here comes the flash out of Nayo. He wants to clear this kill as well. 369 throws a shuriken to the back, and gods may be gods, but they'll
escape. And it looks like it will just be TES doing a very good job closing up, keeping their jungler safe, and denying JJ going for another miracle steal, which really did save Weibo in the last game.
Back at the map and the state of things now, we finally do have that level 6 combination, at least for top esports. But on bot side, it's going to be a little bit of 2v2x. The flash from L trying to get the kill, but the healing comes through from that one. And now they're just going to get the combo straight onto Diati as JJ comes up with their own kill.
And I'm going to say that was an XP play over to Weibo off the back of that one. There's, I think, two philosophies for when you try and sneak grubs, and that is definitely a sneak grubs angle. One is...
You can see that Weibo playing very hesitantly. They walk back up anyways. Arha stepping up confidently here. 4 members of top esports, and they still don't feel like they can hit the dive. They do get the chain straight onto Xiaohu. He's going to flash over the wall, but still get killed in the end by Cream, who gets a reset for the Spirit Rush. Now Xiaochi tried to find his own angle on Arha, but not going to find anything else. Top esports get a big pick. Meanwhile, top side, 369 trying to get his own solo bolo. Not going to find it.
I don't think the play is necessarily fully over bot lane, as TES are just trying to leverage pressure. Ooh, Grim Deliverance.
Grim Deliverance. I think he still dies. One more auto. Oh, it's not enough. 369. Gonna flash dash for it. He truly is living his Sonic dream.
That was the drive-by finish off on the kill on that one. Very well done from 369. And we can see here, hitting over to 11 at the end. Big XP lead. A bigger gold lead, though. 1.5k in the Kennon's pocket. Need to pay credence to the 30% HP shield Kennon teleporting on him in team fights to come.
I'm just like full-on John Hamm meme. Kennon rocking the Hextech Gunblade. Oh, man. Am I back in time right now? Xiaohu needs to go back. It's so important.
100%. And I think as well, just picking something that can leverage so much impact in these fights. Ooh, okay.
Uh-oh. Tempered Fate set up. He's going to get the double stun. No, he doesn't get it. Jiachi does heal up decently from the Moonlight Vigil Severum. Fengwei needs to be careful. Elk goes through the magical journey here. He's getting surrounded by Cream. Cream activates. Now Nayo is there. Tries to get the flash play there. Cream is going to get one kill, get a reset on the Spirit Rush, gets another charge, and is just dashing away now. Unfortunately, though, Nayo needs to find his own exit strategy. Everybody had their own. Break glass if emergency, and unfortunately, Nayo, he might just be broken himself, as slowly but surely Xiaohu will claim that kill.
However, one thing to note is Zika did take it goes to an exceptionally TES favor play in about 3 seconds.
There you go. There's the couple seconds you needed to wait.
TES just playing forward and reserved. You were talking about how you don't think that... Hold on.
Okay, well, and get the Supreme Display of Talent coming out. Cease and Desist going to be used too. A little bit of chaos here behind the Dragon Pit. Nayo trying to chase down JJ. JJ dodging out but dying initially anyways. Now Xiaohu hits that between worlds but goes to his own world, and that world is full of death. As Top Esports wipe the floor with Weibo. Rift Herald in the mid lane, and they're going to take so much from this.
This is going to be a pretty insurmountable gold lead, and the thing I was kind of leaning towards is you mentioned you don't trust Top Esports to end a game for their lives. I feel like when you got this much pennies in the pocket, it's kind of hard to mess it up.
Hard, but not impossible. That's the beauty of it. No, but this is such a... Because I think another recollection from the draft itself is they just have a very oppressive fight. And if you're fighting into that, which they're going to plays and everything, we did see that third dragon go over to Top Esports. And they're now on Soul Point. Jiachi is just melting through Elk, almost kills him outright. Double TPs. Look at the Avenger beams coming down to save their ADC. As it's going to be a long-range snipe with the chakrams, and Cream is just going to activate his Spirit Rush and go for the kill. Diete is down. Mid lane should be the push.
Incredible support from the solo
my
laners.
God.
That is a
That was
life-saving Tempered Fate. One of those ones where the Tempered Fate tags and then gets you after you flash, because if it doesn't, I'm pretty sure at least one of those two die. However, I just want to give more credit over to TES.
Roll the snipe, the snipe. Oh, he's not in range anymore.
Release Aphelios would have killed there. But it was it was really nice to see both of TES's solo laners go for that snap TP.
He's had some pretty good moments. I still think there's a little rough around the edges here, but Zika, speaking of, it's been a rough game. The Zahen has not looked that great, and now it's going to look even worse. As Zika will go down in the side lane yet again. Doesn't even get the passive.
Yeah. Not a lot to go off of that one. It's don't believe 369 has got.
I feel like I've seen this before in 369's highlight reels. Come at me, bro. Just gonna pop the slicing maelstrom, try to buy as much time. The Hextech Gunblade's doing work. He's healing, he's dealing, he's doing damage too. The turret shots at 369. He's rolling at least a 7 there, as they will get the couples kills. At 4 members are down now, which means Baron on the table for top.
It's on the floor, buddy. They are gonna rip through this with red-white on the table. It is so good to be alive right now for TES. Watching how well Fengwei collapsed in to save his top laner, who gets a free highlight play off the back of this. So at that point, TES could just waddle it down mid and bot, open up the game, and run back.
Nayo, gotta be a little careful. They're playing pretty confidently. They do have a massive lead. Diati is doing so much damn damage. He's about to finish his IE. Didn't get it before this fight, though. You do have all ultimates available. This is where Weibo try to make their stand.
I think if you're TES, you don't even care about the dragon.
And he just has the Spirit Rush. He uses the Flash, gets extra distance. Diete tries to go for a Supreme Display of Talent, only hits on the Fengwei. Now Diete is in there. He does get the Dragon. He gets another steal, but this team and himself are sent to the graveyard. It's going to be a triple kill. No, that's coming in. Couldn't get the Quadra in the end for Diete, but that is going to be Diete Love and Top Esports finally finding a win on the split and getting their first one over Weibo.
It won't be a soul sweep, but it will be an impressive fashion from TES. Basically doing what they did in Game 1, but I would just say better. Like, this felt pretty difficult for Weibo to find plays off of the early aggression from Nio, just excellently executed, calm, reserved, and got the job.
Now.
As far as front to back goes, I think NRP is going to be very happy, but your early tools are, again, to paraphrase you,
very early, and you have to step up to that kind of positioning. I feel like it can be so hard to deal with, and maybe if you get an early kill, it changes all of that here. Is awesome. Gonna have to flash, still about to get 3 talons struck, and gets killed with that beautiful strike from Xiaohao with the first
every
blood
champion except for Ornn, loving building a good amount of AD or AP just passively through the build path for support, but everybody else love it as we get a repeat
my
gang.
god, not again! It's deja vu, and unfortunately it's something that Awesome did not want to be seeing again.
Even if the quest didn't exist, like, removing the lane swap detective mechanic has been a big change this season, as I'll hold off because there's another fight.
Oh my god, he's got 2 levels on him. Please look away. Leave has just put down Awesome and taken him out back. Instead, only the dragon secured finally, pretty late, by EDG on the other side of the map, but I feel like they are going to be extremely happy with the way that this game has gone so far for them. The 3 grubs is nothing to scoff at, and there will be the TP towards this bot side by Hoya. Leaves gonna
grab some plates top lane. This is a dangerous TP.
It's bold for sure. They're going to make a play on mid lane as well. Angel just jumps straight onto Care. Care gets at least 1 CC chain there, but gets stopped by the Tempered Fate right in the middle of his dive. And Angel's just going to poke and prod the dragon, and that'll be a nice kill for EDG in mid lane. Meanwhile, we had Chaos in the top side of the map. Xiaohao still alive. He did end up losing ZDZ, but Awesome. He's going to try to dodge out. Can't do it. Perukia sends him on his way. And it's still on a
step. It's something we've seen him do before. But at the end of the day, with this much money in the bank, with this many resources, I think he would have to do something truly ridiculous to not just be able to fight his way out of it.
Now the dragon goes down to the might of completed for EDG already. Now starting to come online for NIP, but it's going to be a Rift Herald to Edward.
I mean...
Oh my god, get him out of there! Saving Private Ryan, whoa,
Run!
please! Save him!
Okay, well this is going to be a free plate over to Leave, as, yeah, that is one way to get a summoner. Press R, get a summoner. There is a lot of people mid right now for NIP. Are they going to pull the desperation trigger here? They have got all 5 heading to mid lane at rapid speed, but it looks like that gets...
I had to, you're new here. I got to use that. You know, we don't get to use it with people that have been here because I've said it a million times, but, you know, it's fine.
Oh, I will happily walk into that one every single time you use it. That's exactly up my alley, which I'm sure, after, you know, a bit more building synergy, we're going to be very awful to listen to with just the level of dad jokes and the like. Oh, no,
all right, Leave. Raid boss Leave has showed up. Awesome! He was just sitting there waiting for an angle on the minions and just gets obliterated by Leave.
Oh,
Leave's
no,
gonna find
he knows.
Knew he was back there, and he's just circling him down. Gonna get another kill here, and it's almost 7,000 gold for EDG.
All right, the Paladin of EDG using those Fiend Hunter quest. It's just a passive tick. He actually finished the quest only off of the passive generation.
Incredible.
There's a play happening picture in picture. It doesn't look good.
Ooh, ZDZ gets the comet dropped on his head and will go down. Again, continuing to play away from Leave.
Now listen, I'm going to take a quick hit of the copium. You were talking about before the game, you think Yanara's a bit fake. I think most ADCs with 4k gold in their pocket, regardless how fake they are, is good. I think Soraka ADC would be doing decent work right now. End the game. Gold leads, even 7k ones, can become fake much sooner than previous seasons.
Here comes the Sky's Descend right on top of him. Peruki gets killed by the AoE. Leave having a troubling time getting into the fight. He's about to lose to Awesome in a 1v1. He falls. 800 plus gold goes over to NIP, and we said there was a chance, and we are seeing it now.
Care with such incredible impact at the start of that, but there are still 2 members, not slouches for EDG.
Ooh, trying to go on to Awesome. They do end up killing him. He's unfortunately the weakest member in this team, but they do get the pick anyways. Really nice flash play from ZDZ.
In a barely winning fight that easily could have turned into an ace should they have walked forward into Angel, who hasn't had to do much this game, but is still a level 15 Azir with 2 going on 3 items.
Unfortunately, NIP don't have much time to rest on their haunches. Dragon's Soul is on the board for EDG. They're going to start it up. They have a beautiful flank here from ZDZ. He has not been spotted out yet. They have no idea. Guwan's going to walk straight in. Dominus has been popped. He's going to use the slice and dice to get away from the falling skies. A lot of damage coming in from Care, but there's more coming from ADG.
The only member that matters even for NIP is Dead Care. This would have to be a Smite Fumble of all time to get this. Nope, 1400, that's enough.
Also, remember, he was literally on NIP last year with that Doinby roster, so, having this kind of advantage in the first game of a series is going to feel real good against your old org. And see if he can kind of bring that one home as the Baron goes over all of these.
The fact that he could just hold the minion wave outside of tower range slows down these pushes quite a lot. So I do like that EDG are actually making sure to get something done. We do have Care picking up the full stopwatch, though, so they are able to go in a bit more aggressively.
Tries to get the CC chain onto Awesome. Can't find it. Juwon, he's caught by Xiao. Xiao should be able to just 1v1 him. Hoya locked down as well. You see how much damage that they're doing to this tank, this frontliner. And EDG barrel down yet another turret.
Xiao, I think, honestly, making a very reasonable in terms of damage output. And Aurelion Sol, who should have Sky's Descend prepped by that point, is going to be very scary. You've got to keep these towers alive, though. That gives you life in this game.
Oh, they got the Ornhorn coming through. Xiao very low, but they haven't been able to take down the damage dealers yet. All these tools have been used, and Leave hasn't even joined the fight yet. Awesome's already down, and that just means the defense will not be there. EDG going to look to mid lane now, too.
Xiao, that was incredible. This is not jungle propaganda. Give this man the MVP. That was disgusting. Awesome just went from 100% HP to dead in an instant. I think that, honestly, might be enough to end the game off of, because now, going to be able to knock down at least 2 inhibs, minion wave supporting in from the 3rd lane if they want to go for it. Baron,
oh my god, they're just going for it. You brought it up. They need to live through this Baron butt, but unfortunately they're being squeezed for everything they've got in this game number 1. Even with the Hex Optics C4-4 completed from Leave, he's still just taking these turrets down. He is focused on winning this game against his old org. And to start off this series with a bang, he's going to go ahead and get a couple of them. Couple kills, 2, 3. He's looking for more, but he gets shut down in the end. It'll be a cleanup from the rest of EDG to claim game 1.
Oh, my heart.
Go with the Sivir, so they're going with this time a full scaling comp, it feels like, for EDG, just really trying to hold on as best they can while NIP tries to figure out like you know they're there. All right,
but Awesome does get the walk up from the bottom side of the river, so this is dangerous.
Oh, they're gonna take the engage on Awesome. Okay, some nice plasma stacks going through. A little bit of a speed up. Oh, he gets out of that one, but Perukia will get flashed on by Awesome and gets the kill. First blood for the ninjas in pajamas. They want to fully commit here. Level 6s are completed for mid lane. And Dragon has reset there, but the fight continues. Leave is here in a fight against Awesome, but he does lose that 1v1 with the plasma stacks and the lethal tempo coming through. It's going to be a lot of damage from Awesome. And that's exactly what you expect from an LPL Kaisa. Realm Warp going to come in. That's going to bring a double trio, at least now coming in for an engage on Awesome. But Awesome just stayed a little bit too long. The tempo play from Angel gets them a kill.
Very good Roman collection. It's off the back of getting that mid lane
Grim Deliverance. Oh, I thought he wanted the kill.
Good buffer, good buffer. It's enough to get Hoya out of the play with what you get the Zeke's convergence for is to force plays repeatedly early on. Your utility as the Malphite does wear off.
Oh, they got a catch out on Care. It got so much damage done. It gets just booted straight back to Angel, but Angel gets locked down. The Petrifying Gaze buying so much time, and Killer Instinct from Awesome comes over the top, and that's going to be a quick couple kills going to NIP, baby. All that gold lead for nothing.
Execution, and Guwon recognizing, I am Malphite. I must go in. As soon as that ultimate is available.
Deliverance this time not going to be publicly executed out of, and now a dive is coming Hoya's way, even though that passive is starting to tick down for ZDZ. They've got 3 members up here, and Hoya going to try to use the public execution now, but just gets locked down, taken down. Xiaohao expertly.
NIP squad, you just try and mitigate it. It's a disaster waiting to happen now with grubs in the pockets of two scary
Item spikes already here. Very close to second item for a couple members, specifically the AD carries. The gold lead, besides top lane, very close. Double ultimates, and you just can't survive that any day of the week.
pick and keep this cycle going where EDG is left in awkward spot after awkward spot.
Leave beautifully spell shields the initial ult, but it doesn't matter. When all the CC is there, it does not matter. Here comes ZDZ, though. He's trying to make a difference. He's just getting immediately taken down. No passive, and he's down before the Grim Deliverance even does what it needs to. That's 2 quick picks from NIP, and straight to the dragon they go.
Yeah, keeping the miasma in the pocket there, so important to hold off the Zehen, just stopping those abilities who, considering they were surrounded by 5 people, would have stacked up that passive very quickly. I don't think this Herald even gets to charge. Wow, really good stuff from NIP to mute that topside objective that EDG put so much effort into. And 10 minutes from now, I think 3rd, 4th items are going to start being looked at, particularly from the ADCs.
Oh, Angel, I think he realizes the problem he's put himself in. Anytime you see Guan, you know what's coming afterwards, and it is death. As they're going to try to get a flash play on a Care here. He's going to get a lot of damage down, but the beautiful stutter step with the Grim Deliverance, and that'll be a big kill for ZDZ.
Very nicely done, and also gets the Casio flash. NIP, gotta force something quick.
That's crazy, man. All right, well, I see you, Guan. See what you got. As I see a couple stats there. EDG, I think they now see it. As long as they tabbed, they will see that he has those too. So they're going to push forward with a little bit of confidence. They already have ZDZ on the bot side of the fight as well.
And I think that... Okay, good. NIP trying something. Ultimate down.
Okay. That's a pretty big ultimate down. That's the kind of combo that Guan and Dwell have been pulling off on Leave. Now Leave can play a little bit more freely. Uh-oh.
Still not going to use the exhaust. This is very dangerous now for NIP to fight in the river.
Oh no, they got the catch out over here with the Petrifying Gaze. Awesome goes over to try to get the kill, and CDC with all of that gold is just down. EDG are scattered to the wind. They will get 2 out at least with a Realm War from Angel, but the execution is really tough to watch from EDG right now. If they had such a massive lead for
a strange position where NIP have a lead, a pretty decisive one. Soul point up soon. Perugia is going to be able to get away off the back of the phase rush, but forced onto the Mundo. Will we find a kill here? That could be Baron if he dies.
Double CC chain. He's going to get melted by Awesome. He gets a little bit of healing back. They try to get Awesome back on it, but Leave can do nothing. He's literally trying to auto-tag. He gets nothing done. ZDZ finally comes into the fight, but look, they all turn to focus him. Grim Deliverance onto 3 members. He's going to get a lot, but he's not going to get his passive back. My God, just send it to bed right now. NIP going to 3 games.
Care carrying that fight. Awesome does the setup and Care knocks it down. Doing everything that was needed to win out what could.
That feels so bad. And again, I love that you give props to NIP, but I gotta say, it just EDG are combination with Awesome, and more importantly, the strategical refocus to away.
Seeing 2 of the premier ones come out right now, and Guon piloting into a counter pick, mind you, very well so far. He has had a big impact, and I would say he gets the Zeke's license, because when you go this item on the... Hold on, I'll wait.
They're going to try to get Care here. They're going to knock it back, but they can't get him. The damage is done. Okay. Okay. ZDZ's not going to activate his passive a single time this entire game. As everybody else from EDG is just going to get ran down into the dirt. Another double kill comes across. Angel can't even get a kill back. That's going to be a triple kill for Awesome. Straight down the mid lane and straight into game 3 for NIP's first series.
I'm going to say that's a very solemn way to end the game. When we think back to the last series these two played in the Demacia Cup, it was a strained 3-game series with a lot of back and forth hitting. And funnily enough, it was in the second game. I think this is correct. This is a dragon you sacrifice. You don't go in there. If you die, it's dusted. So where do they think they can get beneficial terrain? Leave. Stuck. Only 2 items right now. Hasn't been able to
Back
push her.
for this game 1, game 2, but it's all down to a base defense now for EDG. Hoya's feeling a little feisty. Here comes Awesome over the top as well. The top rope is singing right now. They do get the lockdown straight onto Awesome, but he's still alive, still kicking, still alive, still going. My God. Jesus, this guy just keeps popping off on the Kaisa. He's bringing Angel's memory back to those Sooning days when they played together back in 2020, 2021. And that is going to be NIP getting us all the way to a 3rd game for this first time on the day.
We came into today, we had no idea what to expect. Realistically, been where a lot of the games have been decided out of this matchup so far. Interesting.
It's going to be the Poppy Toppy.
It is a single moment at level 6 onwards, so a good amount of respect from both these ADCs who have learned the hard way this series what it is like to be the full focus of the enemy's wrath.
Yeah. Again, whoever bullies bot lane first, but it's bullying mid lane first. NIP with the...
It's really going to be about tracking the junglers and trying to mute some of these early plays. We've had Guwon excellently either slink around vision or catch Angel while Sky in pocket.
Yeah, that's such a big differential happening here with this setup. It's like Xiaohao is going to make his way down here. Duo has vision on this, knowing that they're going to walk over. EDG are falling into a bit of a trap. They realize what's happening. The Weaver's Wall is available from Angel if he wants to try to make a play, if he wants to try to cut anybody off, but EDG will wait in the bushes and wait while Dragon is secured by NIP.
If you told me after the first 2 games, Game 3 is going to be a back-and-forth chess match, I wouldn't believe you. Actually, I just wouldn't believe you. Like, this is just so much.
Ooh, care takes the extra turret shots, almost goes down.
Okay, it didn't actually have to blow the ultimate or the flash, but that is going to be sacrificing all pressure in the lane for the moment. Probably going to be a TP back, and if you can't afford the Malignance, you're going to feel real silly about that for Care.
You get the payoff here. Oh, nope. You get a ad before. Plus the stats as we look back to the mid lane. Woe connects onto Angel. Care came back just in time with the cease and desist coming through from Guwon. They take down Angel. No recompense here. And Care will get himself on the board.
With the Malignance in pocket as well and that's all we're going to get from this side.
Oh, Angel, there's the combo. You knew what was coming when they drafted it, and they throw it right into their face.
Another dragon in what is another Cloud Soul game.
I kind of like this from NIP, though. They're saying, you're not going to be able to check us at that Dragon Soul fight. We are just going to go with the guarantee, and we think we can defend off of your Rift Herald play. So now it's really up to EDG to get value out of that Rift Herald usage. But NIP were taking the Dragon, taking pressure on bot side, and just flexing their muscles a bit.
I also think it's good recognition when you're against a Talia to undervalue or value the Herald less. Because the ability to throw up the wall and mitigate the show has not finished his support quest yet.
Yeah, it's a little tough. 18 minutes in. Dodges out of the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Goes back in for the fight, realizing he needs to do something. But all the combo is off. NIP just fully flubbed their engage. The bullet time coming through, but it didn't matter. Leave picks up a kill, and EDG get away scot-free.
Swing back with ZDZ being the recipient of this bot lane tower. Now, we have to think about what is probably the first big misstep we've seen from them this game.
That's a tough one. That's going to be 5 minutes. And a little bit of at least answering that can come through if they want to try to pick. Got caught. Just no vision stepping up to that bush.
Very nice from Hoya. That solid play to force it out. And I don't think this will be the full mid tower. Because the thing about Herald is it just does a lot more effective damage when used earlier on for knocking down stuff. Doesn't mean that Guwon would not like to know your location.
Care on 2.5 items. Actually has the needlessly in pocket as well. You just saw Angel complete his second item. He is here. We haven't seen a big Weaver's Wall yet in this game. EDG needs something to go right for them, and Che Cristolero will be blocked in the end with that insta-cleanse off. And that'll end up moving EDG back in the aggression that they wanted. Care tries to go capitalize on the solar flare, but that's not going to be enough. NIP missing their combo. They actually just dragged him out of the seismic shove. Things are going wide left and right, Melvin.
This does not feel like a chess game. This feels like two angry people throwing checkers at each other at this point. And now Crab will be secured. This will give NIP vision control over the area, but you have to have your misfortune clearing out the mid wave or you're going to lose that tower. And EDG know this, recognize the opportunity, and push in to steal away the priority in the river. We do have Poppy ult. Poppy ult is one of the most scary things in an objective fight. If they want to contest, which it looks like NIP is saying, nah, they could have swung people away. They could still look for a play, though.
They were so late on deciding to go for the turret. All they do is get one crystalline growth proc on it, and that's all they come away with. Losing the dragon and a little bit of decision-making needing to be done by NIP, but EDG are the decisive ones.
And we do
Speaking
see Xiao
of,
forcing something. Isn't going to get the flash out of Care. That is another playmaking tool down. Second arm.
oh man, Care missing the charm. Another one going a little bit wide, and the Spirit Rush being used now.
Isn't going to result in anything substantial, but at the end of the day, I think that was kind of an extra credit play to go for there. Everybody's grouped up in one place.
I kind of dig that. A little bit extra damage in the tank, as it's going to be NIP looking to get this turret down. Enchanted Crystal Arrow will be used.
Keep an eye on. Not as many defensive tools to back away after the fact now, as it is going to be dragging up in 16 seconds. Can EDG get away with robbery a second time?
NIP hesitant to fully commit to this. Cleanse going to be used by Leave. Hoya found a flank, but immediately has to back away. And you can see the hesitancy from NIP. They don't want to move in. They don't want to lose this game over what would be a second dragon for EDG. Care going for it. Can't hit the charm again. He misses it. Can't strike home on the Angel. And now EDG moved back to the dragon. It's already down. That'll be second dragon in a row for EDG. Now they're going to chase down Jewel. Look how much range Leave has. Look how much damage he's doing. And EDG trying to corral around NIP at this point. Xiaohao has been shown in mid lane. EDG 5 minutes, and then it explodes. We got a lot of time to sit here, Melvin. So we'll be getting to that now. Okay, they're going to get caught out a bit. Does a decent chunk with that Rabadon's
look at the wide flanks, though. Both sides.
I find Leave. Leave's got to be a little bit careful. Bullet time in. They go for the combo. Charm connects that time. They found Promise, and they might have just found the Promised Land here in game number 3. Big hostile takeover to all 4 members there. And they get the kill belated there with that bailout. And that's going to be a big pick for Care. 2,000 gold up, and that means that NIP goes straight to the Baron.
I honestly thought there was a different yodel on the Rift because Hoya's knockup felt like it was a flash into a wild growth from a Lulu there. It was that much of an impact around the fight. We do have now 3 members of EDG looking to try and deny this. Jungler is still up, but he's not there yet. Has the flash available.
He's going to be denied. He's trying to get in, but Dwo's going to keep him. They're going to turn on this fight, and they're going to lose their lives quickly if they do. It's Xiaohao playing a little bit here. Guwon committed to the Baron. This is getting dicey now. Xiaohao going for kills. There's not going to be any Baron buffs left. Now ZDZ is in the pit going all out, but immediately goes down as well. Xiaohao going to try to find another pick on a Hoya. Hoya dodging away for a little bit, but won't last for very long. Now they got the hawk shot coming through. They will get the Baron buff on 3 members, but they lose a little bit of tempo on the map.
The Baron resistance shred did so much.
On how they want to approach this fight because they've been so hesitant. They still have such a lethal combo with Care.
Even could upgrade to a Medjay depending on how much gold we see the mid laner of NIP base with. Sat on a lot of resources, a lot of damage in the inventory.
Yes, but this guy's story has been insane. He is bred and born in the FPX fighting pits, it felt like, in the LDL, through their LPL team, and now he needs to make this moment his. They get the flash in from EDG, though. Look how much damage Care is doing. He's got a lot of resets coming through here now, too. Hoya gonna hit the Keeper's Verdict, and that means that 2 people are left by EDG to the wolves of NIP. They're wearing pajamas, and they're loving it. They found big picks ahead of this dragon fight.
This is NIP's to walk away with. Very happy off the back of that.
And a Cloud Soul for this team, I just feel like is one of the nails.
Pressure onto Care, and he does not drop the ball. He goes back in, forces that cleanse away from Leaf, which now makes him susceptible here.
And look at this, they're so fast. They're just going to be catching up immediately to EDG. So much lockdown on the Leaf, and the bullet time on top of it all. That's NIP cleaning up this game, and Care is just running away with it now with the resets. They're going to go towards top side and try to push down this tier 2.
The full 25 stacks on the Magi's. NIP in their first game, their first series of the year, come in quite variable fashion is the best way to put it, but finishing it on a high note. They could definitely fish for the end if they want to, but it looks like they're kind of indecisive. Now's not the time to drop the ball, NIP. Just because the Baron buff's gone doesn't mean you can't get it down. Angel.
And there's been so many questions levied on this NIP team. We wondered what version of them we're going to get here to open up the season, and that version is about to send EDG down to the 0-2 depths. As long as they don't get out in front of them, they are going to get one of the Nexus turrets. They'll have to back off as the resets had come through from EDG, but one of the biggest questions, and one of the people I hear people throw so many doubts towards, is this care in the mid lane. And I talked to...
The Baron is back up. Elder is up in 2 minutes 40. We are now in the devastating overlap time, where if you lose a fight, they get Baron, whoever it is, and that will definitely lead into an Elder after the fact, as now NIP backing off, arrow down.
Baron had already been started up, about half health. EDG moving in. The Weaver's Wall going to be used. Xiaohao's now on the other side of the pit. Care catches him out. Beautiful charm on a Xiaohao. They're going to chase him down, take him down with the buckler from Hoya, and that just means the Baron goes over to NIP.
The wall cancels the Poppy ult, but guess what? You don't need to kick out the jungler if you just kill him. And now, Care going to be able to shove in this top wave. Got the double super minions walking in. Hoya on the mid lane as well, being able to shove in there. It means that EDG are stuck between a rock and a hard place, and Talia can't move this one.
Felt like Care had a 360 no-scope charm right there. I don't know, man. He just had the angle, predicted Xiaohao's dodge, and this is going to be double lanes going down. Baron minions aplenty, and Care with the rest of NIP looking aggressive as hell.
I don't think that EDG have enough damage with Wukong dead to fight this.
The turret's respawning. They'll have one turret coming back up. It should come through, so they'll at least get a little half health, but it doesn't matter in the end. Leaves trying his damnedest. He's going to get the reset, so he'll get a little bit of range coming through, but it doesn't matter. NIP strike into the season, take